Good morning, good morning, do, good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome to a daily dose of joy. We're here to play with our microdosing habits. Use them together in the morning in solidarity, motivating our brain, creating positive momentum in that direction where we want our brain to go and eventually live and be its default state. Yes, a brain with more dose chemistry, a brain rewired to thought patterns that reflect our deeper truth of who we are. We are here and we are doing it one day at a time, incrementally. So on that note, but we're going to do a Slo-Mo Flow today. And before we start, we're going to pause and take a few breaths for you to think of one thing where you are having an unwanted thought, a thought that is probably not aligned with your true self. And take a moment and pause and think about that unwanted thought over here. And then what is the opposite? What is it that you want to think? And think about that for a minute. And it may be that it's even like, well, I like the idea of this, or maybe that. But let's identify that, and then I'll take you on to the next step. Okay. Okay, I thought of mine. So mine was, I was having a tech issue. It was frustrating, and I was resisting it, and then obviously I kind of started where I had left off on this topic. The last time I'd worked on this tech issue, it had been so frustrating. And so when it came up again, I just went right back to that frustrated place. We sort of always kind of pick up where we left off energetically. I was like, and not always, because we are rewiring so many interconnected things, sometimes they just disappear. But often it's the case. But the great thing is we can shift it. We can shift our point of focus. We can build that positive momentum in the other direction. So I reminded myself of some of my favorite things that I've rewired into my brain and continue to rewire into my brain. And one of them is that everything is working out, or everything is working out for me. Everything is working out. It's all working out. And then another one, I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm in the right place at the right time. And so what I'm demoing by working through that is that throughout my day, I pay attention to when I'm having sort of unwanted thoughts and feelings, so that I don't take the old limbic route of rumination and building more momentum and energy and eventually brain chemistry around those unwanted thoughts. So I pay attention and notice and pause and take a breath and focus on my deeper truth, or what I really want to know. But often, instead of doing like a deeper truth tool, I'll do a moment or two of just like what I said to you. I'll maybe name those two statements that have feeling for me. I've used them, I know them, so they give me a flush of feeling when I say, everything's working out. I'm in the right place at the right time. Just a kind of statement of faith a little bit, but I can feel it. And I've kind of worked with it and storied it and used it with a lot of my microdosing tools so it has meaning. And so I might just make those two statements. And then once I can kind of feel it a little bit, then I just ride it into a slow-mo flow. I'll pause and be really still and just allow myself to focus on not thinking any thoughts. That I'm not continuing to think about that topic at all. That my point of focus becomes not thinking thoughts and just letting myself, because naturally when we don't think thoughts and don't have that resistance, just our own peace and equanimity, it all bubbles to the surface. So I just wanted to share that as a possible thing we could all continue to play with in how we use our microdosing tools throughout the day and how we integrate and combine and play with them and feel our way through to feeling better. All right. So you might just revisit the feelings of your positive statements or your deeper truth statements. And then we'll just step into 5 minutes of stillness and silence. And during that time, our focus is no thought, stillness and quiet. Listen to a sound, listen to your breath. You know, if you notice yourself thinking, you can say thinking. If that helps. That's not one I use, but I hear that one commonly used. Whatever suits you. And it doesn't have to be perfect. And just pausing for 5 minutes is going to shift your brain. So here we go. There we go. All right, let's take 3 solidarity breaths together. Celebrate. We just did a slow-mo flow. We just paused to quiet our mind. And even if it was only sort of quiet or floating for 10 seconds, that's a change. We're changing. It's an opportunity when our mind wants to be really busy with thought. So that, there are times when it's much easier to go into that quiet. And so there's great benefit of that. There are also times our minds are very busy and stimulated and engaged. And we may only get into that quiet for 10 seconds. But the power of those 10 seconds, by the fact that we went from here to here, is really powerful at changing our brain. So either way, right? We got to get out of the old mindset of doing it right or wrong. There is no wrong. Any piece of how you did this, both sides of it, are positive for your brain, for my brain. So let's celebrate that we did that. We paused. We paused to notice and shift our brain. Way to go. And let's celebrate that with 3 gentle breaths together. May today surprise and delight us. I look forward to this time together. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.